Well, good evening. Nice to be here. I wasn't going to make a video today at all, but Tim Stevens left a comment which I was unable to answer for some reason. The comment would come up in the notifications, and if I jabbed on the comment, it wouldn't then come up in the comments section for some reason, so I couldn't answer it directly. I could see it in my Gmail, but I couldn't answer it that way either. So let us do it this way. We'll do it this way. Excuse the light here, my face being very bright here. It's a nice sunny evening here, and the sun's bouncing off a window opposite, going and then coming straight back into me. See if I can. No, it doesn't really stop it either. You have to put up with my face being like this. Forgive me for not answering your comment earlier. I had to go and get one of these COVID swabs. I got to go into hospital Thursday, and they won't let me in the hospital without a COVID swab. So I had to go and get that done. Particularly unpleasant, but it only takes about 30 seconds. You know, swab up the nose and down the back of the throat. So that's done anyway. I got to now self-isolate. Lady on the phone that rang me said, you need, after you've had the swab done, you need to self-isolate for 3 days. I said, I've done over a year now. What's 3 days? Doesn't make any difference, does it really? But anyway, that's the job done. So, in answer to Tim Stevens' question, the first part of it was, excuse me, how big is the collection, my Napoleonic collection? Well, as a lot of you know, the idea is to do 2 Napoleonic armies, one French, one British and Allied, consisting of, each side will have 10 units of infantry, 2 units of cavalry, and all the artillery pieces. So all the artillery is finished now. The French have 21 guns and some limbers. The British have 15 guns, so not so many, but they do have a troop of Congreve rockets and also some mounted rocket troopers. So that's going to be interesting, playing Congreve rockets. Cavalry is finished. Both sides have 2 units of cavalry. I think if I remember rightly, French have about, I think I've got about 49 cuirassiers I've done for the French. The British have equal amount, but that's split between Hussars and Scots Greys. I would at some point for the British cavalry like some dragoons, some heavy dragoons. But that's for another day. And as far as the infantry goes, I've done 8 units for the British and 5 units for the French. So another 7 units of infantry to do. I've done French command stand. That's done because we did that back last year. We did that for P. Beckus when he wasn't very well. We all did a group build of a command stand. So I did the French one. So I've got the British one to do, but it's just 7 batches of infantry and a command stand. and then that'll be this project finished. Well, I say finished, it'll be done as much as I want to do for now. I mean, I've got tons of Napoleonic still to paint, and I will do, because I want to keep this collection growing. So I will do stuff. I got a lot of transportation stuff for the French, you know, limbers and ambulances and pontoons and all that stuff that I want to do. And of course we did the buildings as well to go with this project. I must have about 25 buildings that I put together, plus a windmill and a bridge. We scratch built a bridge, so we did that. So that's all taken time. So whilst you're building buildings, putting together buildings, as fun as they are, you're not painting. So it all takes time, but it's all part of the same project, so it doesn't matter which way round you do it, as long as it all gets done. So that's where we're at, and that's how big the collection is thus far. And slowly getting bigger. What rules do I use? Well, when I get around to gaming, I will be using black powder, although I'll possibly try others along the way. But that's what we've got here on the shelf so far, is black powder. I've also, for the other periods that I want to get into, I've got Hail Caesar and Bold Action, and what else have we got over there? Oh, Pike and Shot. We've got Pike and Shot, and also Lion Rampant. We might have a go with them, because I gotta tell you, I'm enjoying my painting as much as ever, don't get me wrong. I'm just sick of Napoleonics. I've painted so many now, I want to change the scenery. But, you know, we'll get this job finished for sure. We'll, as British Legion said, you know, push on to Moscow, which is exactly what we'll do. We'll get it done. And I'm not going to turn, I told you this before, and it's true, I'm not going to touch one figure in the stash pile until we get this Napoleonic thing finished. And am I itching to get in that stash pile, I tell you, because there's all sorts of stuff in there. This channel will get a lot more interesting once we finish the Napoleonics, because there's medieval peasant army to paint, Robin Hood, the castle to build, Romans to paint. I got 28mm Pike and Shot stuff, 132, 135, World War II stuff we want to do, a lot of vehicles, tanks and stuff, Roman ships to build, warships to build. I mean, it's all sorts of stuff I got to do. So it's going to get a lot more varied and interesting, but we just got to forge on to Moscow and get this Napoleonic thing done. The other thing was flags. Tim was asking about the flags that I use. www.warflags.com. That's where you want to go. Here's some that I printed off. I printed these off ages ago. I did 2 or 3 pages for the French and 2 or 3 pages for the British, and just cut them out as I need them. You may have to jiggle around on screen with the size to get them the right size you want. I think that's what I had to do. If I remember rightly, when I did them in my local library, actually, because I don't have a printer, so I did them in my local library, and I printed one off and thought, oh, well, that's too big, and I think I shrunk them down till I got them the size that I was happy with. But that's it anyway, www.warflags.com. I just checked before I came on here, and they're still there. You can still go and get them for any period you want. So that's where I get my flags. There may be a case that there's a flag, a particular flag that I can't get, whatever that flag may be, in which case I paint it myself. See, here's my sweetie box. I keep my miniatures in the little plastic sweetie boxes which I get from my local sweet store. My 95th rifles, that I couldn't get a flag for 95th rifles, so I had to do it by hand. So that's what we did. We just painted it by hand. But that's only if I can't get a particular flag. See, here's one. It's off the internet. That's an internet job. You may have to fiddle about with the number in the center, add the Roman numerals, paint over what's there and add the Roman numerals, but I mean that's no big deal. Yeah, so that's where I get the flags, off the internet. So that's in answer to Tim's comment. Anything else you got to ask me, don't be afraid to ask me, you know. He said he has a lot of questions you want answering and wants to ask. You can ask me as many questions as you like. I'm more than happy to answer them if I can. If I can't access your comment for some reason, like today, I'll do it this way. But one way or the other, I will answer your questions for you. So, thanks for subscribing. Thanks to everybody for all your comments. I'm now going to go away and do my ironing. I'm turning into an old hen because I'm taking up ironing. Who would have thought that? Then I'm going to go and stick the shortwave on and see what's on that. But anyway, hopefully, see you on the next one.